Alright, what's going on, guys? Jacob here with Flyest Aesthetics. This video right here is going to be exactly what it's titled. How I lost 25 pounds in 2 months while building muscle simultaneously. Guys, so I went ahead and I wrote down some of the main points here of what I was doing over that 2-month period. But understand, before I go there, I want to take you back to where it all started. I know it says day 1, guys, but this was actually the final 2 months of my cut. As you can see, I was 178.6 pounds at the start of the final 2 months. Here, I found another sheet from week 5 showing me at 163 pounds. I got down to 153 at my lowest, so that's 10 pounds even more. Here I am 6 months prior to all this at my highest point in my bulk. So this right here is me at my fattest. And then next we have some photos showing me 6 months later, the final product, basically lean, ripped, not completely shredded or nothing, but definitely built some muscle, definitely leaned out. Pretty impressive transformation, I'd say. All right, guys, as you guys saw in February, I was about 190 pounds around there. So when I first started my initial cut, which overall was over 6 months, well, I'm not gonna lie, guys, the first 3 months really wasn't me executing. I lost some weight, but the final two and a half months is when I really went hard. And I think that a lot of you are gonna benefit off some of the information that I share in this video, because I'm a natural dude. You know, I don't have a crazy aesthetic physique, but I did lose a great amount of weight. I did achieve my goals, and it's a lot easier than you think it is, but it is gonna take some sacrifice, okay? But I wanna go ahead and just share with you step by step exactly what I think is important when trying to lose, you know, a good amount of weight in a short period of time. So step number 1 of how I did this is gonna be accountability. Accountability means tracking everything, being accountable. You know, having realization of what's actually going on around you. If you're not tracking, if you're not writing stuff down, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be playing a guessing game. You're not gonna know for sure how many calories you ate that day. You're not gonna know for sure, you know, your activity for that day. You're not gonna know for sure, you know, what's actually going on, and it's not gonna drive you to keep pushing forward, especially full on, because you're gonna be lacking that confidence and lacking that, you know, reassurance that you're actually going on the right path. So it's very important to track everything, be accountable. And when I say be accountable, I mean be accountable for 3 things, okay? That's gonna be your daily morning weight, your calorie intake, and your activity, weight training, we'll call it, and your cardio and all that stuff. Okay, so you really wanna be accountable for all 3 of these things. Write it down, keep yourself a log, keep yourself a notebook, you know, take it day by day, and, you know, really get into the process, learn to love the process, you know what I mean? Track everything. It's really fun when you get into it. All right, guys, step number 2 is gonna be gym intensity. Okay, now how did I build muscle at the same time while losing fat? Well, understand that you need to think of the gym as the muscle building. Think of the kitchen as your fat loss. Okay, so when you get in the gym, don't think, you know, you're burning a lot of calories, because you're really not burning as many calories as you think when you lift weights. Okay, and you can go look that up yourself and do research on that. You do not burn nearly as many calories as you think while lifting weights. So don't use that as, you know, a fat loss tool or nothing. Use the gym as building muscle, okay? Because when that fat goes away, you want to have some muscle there built. You want to have a shredded physique, you know, a strong aesthetic physique. You don't want to just be skinny fat. So you really want to be in the gym and training intense, you know, applying progressive overload. That's what's going to matter. Slowly upping the weight or upping the repetitions, upping the sets. Push yourself, guys. Add something in. But hold on. This is going to be important. You don't want to go all in and push yourself as hard as you can first week, because what's going to happen is you're going to plateau and you're going to stop seeing progression eventually. What you need to do instead is add in intensity where necessary over the course of the weeks. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's say that you start your cut with 2,500 calories and 15 minutes of cardio. Okay, so the weight training stays the same. Let's say that 2 weeks goes by and you cannot lose any more weight. What I mean by slowly add in the intensity is I mean either subtract calories or add in more work, okay? Add in more cardio, add in more weight training, you know, something to keep that going, that keep the progression going towards your goal, okay? So You don't want to do it all, you don't want to go all in at first. What you really want to do is you want to add in slowly, add in either take away calories or add in cardio or, add progression here. You want to do this slowly over the progression of weeks so that way you can continue this fat loss and muscle building cycle. You don't want to just go all in or else you're going to plateau and you're going to, see a stop to your progression. Yeah, guys, remember, the gym is for the muscle growth. Get in there, tear down the fibers, okay? Create that muscle. Use the cardio for, fat loss, fasted especially. Make sure you do it fasted, okay? Don't eat a bunch and do cardio. It's gonna have no purpose. Use the kitchen as your fat loss tool. You can't outwork a bad diet. That's, one of the most known statements in fitness. You can't outwork a bad diet. It's just, you know what I mean? And it can't be a half-ass, diet either. It has to be all in. You have to be in the mindset, okay? And you're gonna have to make sacrifice and suffer a little bit. And that's just how it is when you're cutting. Okay, anybody can bulk, anybody can, put on weight, anybody can do all that, lift hard in the gym, but it takes a real strong, disciplined mind to tell yourself, no, that habit is gonna get you, that habit isn't gonna get you the results you want. You need to say no to that stuff, more times than not. So it really is about building that discipline, building those habits up, so that way you're not eating all that junk in the first place. It's just gonna, spill over and store as body fat. You wanna make progression each day, right? So don't let that little moment, that little habit ruin the whole day. You don't want to do that. Anyway, guys, step number 3 is going to be foundation meal plan. I was just talking about the kitchen, but I want to make this an actual step because obviously, diet is major. I want to say it's 90% of it. Now I want to say that because I do believe in gym intensity. The gym is really important for building that muscle. So I'm going to have to say 80% of it is going to be diet. And I don't like to use the word diet, I like to use the word meal plan because you should always try to make a plan that you can maintain. And everybody just hates that word diet, They don't want to hear that. They think that when they hear diet, they think of restriction or, no fun. So I like to use the word meal plan around clients and people like that because, they tend to not think of it so aggressively. So basically when I say foundation meal plan, a foundation meal plan is your set plan that you eat every day. When you're in autopilot mode, when you wake up, the first thing that you should think is not, oh, I need to eat my meal plan, I need to stay focused. No, that should already be set and locked and loaded. It should be set in place, okay? There should be no second guessing it. You've already decided that you want to lose weight, you want to lose body fat. There's no half-assing it, there's no maybe. You need to be all in. You need to get in your mind and tell yourself, you want results, it's gonna take sacrifice. There is no getting around that. There's no getting around work. Get that through your head. The faster you get it through your head, the less time you'll be wasting, okay? And honestly, I got to the point where I was like, I need to push myself. I need to go hard because I need to show myself that I can do this, okay? So I told myself in February, it's gonna take me 6 months to achieve what I want to achieve, okay? Because I did enter a competition, but I won't get into that. Anyway, the final 2.5 months, I started off at about, I believe it was 176 pounds, 177 pounds, but I will show the results for this. And I ended up at 153 pounds at the end of that 2-month period. How? What was I eating? What was I doing? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I was doing, okay? I was hitting the gym 6 to 7 times a week, more like 7. I was working, I was doing all that. It was summertime, no school, so no big deal. You work 40, 50 hours, you get off, you hit the gym. I'm a young guy, I can handle it. So I was hitting the gym 6 or 7 times a week, and that's what it's gonna take to see fast results. It's not gonna be maintainable, guys. 7 times a week is not maintainable. And I wouldn't advise it if you're looking for, long term or if you're just getting started. But if you're like me and you're really close to seeing shredded abs, you're really close to seeing, that lean physique, maybe you just came off a bulk and you wanna see quick results, before summertime or whatever. I can't give you an exact meal plan that I ate because I was only tracking calories, and on top of that, I wasn't even tracking them to the point each day. You know what I mean? It was day in and day out different. But what I can tell you is some advice for when approaching fat loss. A good mentality to have is to see food as fuel, okay? You got your protein, your carbs, and your fats. All right, and every food is made out of these macronutrients. So if you feel like you shouldn't be eating this certain thing, you probably shouldn't be eating it. Okay, you are what you eat. So understand, the more that you eat of this good thing, the better you're gonna look. The more you eat of this bad thing, the worse you're gonna look. So if you want some examples of what I was eating, tuna fish, ground beef, lots of ground beef especially, tortillas, You know, chicken breast, cheese, beans, rice. It wasn't like an actual. It wasn't a strict meal plan or nothing. You know, it basically was pretty relaxed. But since I was hitting the gym 7 times a week, it just created a metabolism that just took all the nutrients in, built muscle, and burnt fat. So real quick to end the video off, step number 1 is going to be accountability. Track everything. Step number 2 is going to be gym intensity. Go hard in the gym, increase the frequency, go more than just 3 times a week. Go 5, 6, 7 times a week. That's how you're really gonna get those crazy results, guys. Really, that's how I noticed the consistent change was going hard in the gym, pushing myself. If you really want to see results, I'm telling you, is gonna be the foundation meal plan. So remember, use the gym to build the muscle, use the kitchen to create the fat loss. This is Jacob with Fly Aesthetics. I'll catch you on the next video.